Hello and welcome to another League with Fumbles. Today we are playing a deck called Waste Not Storm. It's a little bit different. This is not a keepable hand. We don't have a Waste Not. We don't really have a way to find it. So we're going to Mulligan. So if you missed the deck tech, the basic premise of this deck is it's a Storm deck, but it uses Waste Not to combo off. I think we can keep this because we have Faithless Looting and we have to put that to the bottom. Hopefully we can find some lands here. So let's just fire off this looting right quick. Um, so I think we can actually throw a Manamorphose and a Burning Inquiry away. We want to keep our Faithful Looting so that if we can cast this next turn, hopefully, we can cast Faithless Looting, trigger the Pyromancer Ascension, and then do the same thing with Manamorphose eventually. So as I was saying, the premise of this deck is we're using Waste Knots and Pyromancer Ascensions to storm off. I guess we don't get to do that quite yet. Let's go with a Burning Inquiry and a Pyromancer Ascension, and then we'll play this Dragon Skull Summit. Our opponent probably has no idea what's going on, which is really nice. Unfortunately, they're playing a control deck, so landing this Pyromancer Ascension is going to be very essential. Hopefully they let us do that. So the deck is basically, it's a storm deck, but you're, instead of playing your general electromancers and barals and blue-red and all that, you're playing black-red, and you're trying to make your opponent discard cards in order to gain mana or advantage, as well as trying to cast your regular storm cards. So the deck is really sweet. You don't have the same kind of cantrips that the other storm decks have. You have Faithless Looting and you have Burning Inquiry and some other random stuff like that. So the deck is a really sweet deck. It's just very difficult to pilot, in my experience anyway. Sometimes it can be easy if you just get the right cards right away, but we will see how this goes. I'm hoping that it goes really well because this deck is really fun, and I would really enjoy seeing it played more by more people. So we're just gonna go ahead and play this Ascension, play the Bloodstained Mire, and pass the turn. Assuming we can draw something, we could potentially, like, if we can draw something really good, we can potentially win next turn, or as early as with Desperate Ritual. If we can draw something that's already in the yard, to trigger our Pyromancer Ascension, then we can actually just kind of go off, depending on if they have counter spells, of course. Okay, Geist of Saint Traft. That's a clock. 3 turns. That's what they're giving us. As of now, they probably have burn, so 2 turns is what they're giving us. Dark Deal can be okay. So we'd probably want to do. Let's probably just Faithless Looting for now, and kind of see what we can hit. Dark Deal would be fine, but we don't really want to just go that far down. So I guess we can just discard the Waste Knot and the Dream Salvage, because even if we Dark Deal or something along those lines, we won't be able to. I guess get rid of the Dark Deal. It's 2 mana intensive, and we're not going to be able to turn it on quite well enough, because we don't really have any cards in the hand already, and we want to be able to draw with it, rather than just let them cycle through their deck and find more burn spells or counter spells. So we go to 11. Hopefully they pass the turn and don't counter our spells. Okay, they're shocking and not playing anything, which means that they probably have Cryptic. Yeah, we can definitely cast this Reforge the Soul. hopefully. Okay. That's pretty decent top deck. Hopefully we can resolve it. I'm assuming that we are not. Yes, absolutely. If this resolves, then we're in probably a pretty good place. If not, then we're going to be sad, but we can't really help that, and I'm assuming that it's not resolving, since they are paying mana. Spell Queller. That does not do it here. I don't believe. Because his mana cost is still 5. I get fidgety, so I move stuff. Okay, maybe they're just trying to get more stuff out of their hand. Puts us to 8, so we're dead next turn if we can't go off this turn. Does not look like we can really go off. We can not at the moment, which is real unfortunate. Looks like we're going to have to kill the Spell Queller and hope that we don't die. Same target, and then them. Okay, hopefully this works for us. We're probably still dead here. Geist on turn 3 is pretty decent against us, mostly because it's a Geist and it's super good. But we will see if we can survive this turn, which is very unlikely. But there's a slight possibility, I guess. They might not have drawn a burn spell. Okay, we lost. Cool. Alright, I don't know that we could have played that any differently than we did. There is a potential that we could have, but I guess there's an argument that we could bring in Pyroclasm for Geist. What we would take out, I think, would probably be the Ascensions. Maybe not. Maybe going with one Ascension in both Forges. So the Reforged Souls aren't as especially good against this style of deck, because you don't want to give them more counter magic or more tempo cards, because this is definitely a tempo matchup. And along with that, you don't want to give them the opportunity to... we kept a one-lander last time, and it didn't really work out, but I think this one might. We have a lot of mana, so I think we'll keep that. Yes. Faithlessly loot. Oh, gross. So we can get rid of I think, Desperate Ritual and Pyretic Ritual here. We want our mana, but I think next turn is more going to be about drawing cards with Burning Inquiry, hopefully Dream Salvage. So long as Dream Salvage does not get, or so long as we can find mana for it. I guess we can exile this Simian Spirit Guide. Hopefully draw 3 cards off of it. It's going to be a little bit tough to get there, I think, unless we hit our land drop. If we hit our land drop, then I don't think we fire this off quite yet. but this does not seem like a great matchup for us. There was an argument to bring in Blood Moons, and I think maybe we should have. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do this. Exile Spirit Guide to add a mana to Burning Inquiry. We discarded we discarded 2 Swamps and a Desperate Ritual. They discarded Baneslayer Angel, pretty interesting. Cryptic, which I'm okay with. And now we can just go ahead and fire off the Dream Salvage, hopefully getting something good. Another Burning Inquiry and a Waste Knot is really good. So next turn we can Waste Knot. If we find a land, we can Burning Inquiry afterwards. Maybe get some zombies or draw some cards. So I'm pretty okay with our position now. Comparative to before we cast the Burning Inquiry. And they are tapping mana, so they aren't going to be able to counter our Waste Knot. Unless there's a blue version of Simian Spirit Guide, which would be really dumb. They already have enough free mana stuff. Come on, land. Alright. Put both their cards on the bottom. Oh yeah, that's a land. Let's shock that in. Black and black for this Waste Knot. And now we're going to Burning Inquiry. We're playing against a deck that's pretty heavy on non-creature, non-lands. Okay, so we get one of each, which is fine. We hit another land. Discarded one of our Manamorphoses and a Faithless Looting that we drew. They discarded a Burn Spell, a land, and a Helix, but we got a zombie, so we can start putting on a little bit of pressure. Hopefully we can draw something a little bit better. Maybe we should have just waited to Dark Deal there. They did find a land. Grape Shot is not great here. Let's first start with attacking them for 2. Spell Quelling and blocking? Sure. So now we can kill the Spell Queller if we want to. Which I don't think there's a reason not to. Unless they have... If they have Graveyard Hate, I guess there's a reason not to. But... Let's just, I think that's all we really want to do. Just kill that. Hit them for 1 still. Spell Queller is a little obnoxious sometimes, so... Plus we don't want them to retain their clock here. And they missed their land drop. All is going well, I guess. We can flashback our looting, and hopefully that's good. Okay. So do they have another one? Looks like it, yeah. They've got another one. So we can play this tapped, I think. What we really want is to draw something like decent. I guess we can pass in Flames next turn and start like chaining Manamorphoses and stuff like that. Because we will have enough mana. And then from there, I mean, we'll be drawing a lot of cards next turn. Ooh, especially if they just do that. Oh yeah, we're gonna be drawing quite a few cards this turn. So let's we could even go off. So I guess it depends on what we can draw. Let's just do another Manamorphose. We don't really have enough mana to do that yet. To waste not. Dark Deal, when they have 6 cards in hand. We could Dark Deal. They don't have a land. So if we wanted to, we could... Well, we'd probably draw a lot of cards from it. We can play this Waste Not and then Dark Deal and see what happens. I think that's probably the best play. Let me do the math. We have 1, 2, 3. I guess we can also just kind of. We're at storm count of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we probably just want to go for the Pass and Flames here, actually. Um, so let's start with a Pyretic. Go up to a Desperate. Go up to 4 mana. Go up to 5 mana. And then we can Manamorphose. Add a red and a black. We can Manamorphose. Red, red. Add a red and a black. We can find a Pyroclasm, which might just, if we fail here, we can always Pyroclasm, which is nice. Go red and black. Okay, so we can Desperate Ritual from our hand, which I think we want to do. And then we can Dark Deal from the graveyard, which might be fine. Okay, so if we wanted to, we could play the Waste Not for 1 and 1, and then that'll leave us with 4 total mana. So that when we Dark Deal, we won't gain any mana. So that's not really the way we want to go. I'm thinking Burning Inquiry to start. Non-creature, non-land. Okay, so they did have they drew a land off of that. Okay. We draw a card. It's a Pyretic Ritual. Go up to 4. Burning Inquiry again. Okay, that's the wrong Burning Inquiry, I guess. Non-creature, non-land. Get us some creatures. We draw another Burning Inquiry, so let's cast that. Non-creature, non-land. A couple lands. Okay. We get this. Use that. So we can play this. I guess we don't need to do that. We can just go ahead and recast the Pass and Flames. For that, we can play this for a black mana. Move us up to 16. Desperate Ritual. We're just going to try to make sure that we definitely have the mana. And the storm, Pyretic. Okay, so we definitely had it. Um, I just wanted to make sure that we did. And so on the draw, we definitely want these pyroclasms. We might want the surgicals, but I don't think that is that relevant. Um, I think we just kind of keep it like this. And we will see how we can do. So that's kind of like exactly what we want to do. Just kind of make a lot of mana from waste knots and other stuff. And this is a really good hand, actually. We have an Inquiry, we have a Waste Knot, we have Pyretic Ritual, Manamorphose. This is exactly what we want to do. So we will keep this. They mulliganed down to 6. Put one card on top of their deck. So let's just lead on the swamp. Pass the turn. Hope that they don't leave a counterspell up, even though that would be smart. They're trying to decide if they want to shock or not. They're going to shock. Their Serum Visions. I'm assuming that they're going to hold up a Bolt. Play the Dragon Skull Summit. Play the Waste Knot. Hopefully they don't have Enchantment Destruction. Wear and Tear isn't too common in Jeskai Geist decks, as far as I know. Lightning Bolt, kind of expected that. If they just play Geist here, we can Pyroclasm. Hopefully they don't have a second one. If they don't, then if they play like Search for Ascanta or something along those lines, which I don't think they were running, I didn't see it, then we can Dark Deal or something like that. Get a bunch of mana, maybe draw some cards. They have 4 cards. Might not be as possible. They're going to crack the Flooded Strand. Like I said, we can Pyroclasm here. I'm not sure if that's better than just casting our Inquiry and maybe cast these two first. Float a black or float a couple red. I'm thinking that doing all of this is better because we can still Pyroclasm afterwards if we don't discard it on accident. We're just going to float some more red. Well, let's do one black, actually. And then we can Inquiry, force some discards. They discarded a land, discarded 2 creatures, which is fine. They have 3 cards left in hand. Let's go ahead and Inquiry. We get to keep our Dark Deal, and we get a Dream Salvage. Non-land, draw some cards. We lost the Pyroclasm, but I don't think that that matters quite as much anymore. We could actually potentially be winning here. So let us Dream Salvage them to draw 6 cards. we have pyretics in the ritual in the graveyard, so this is going to cost several less. We have a dark deal in the graveyard as well. So let's start with this. Play our locket, pyretic ritual, faithless looting, discard and discard, I suppose. And I think we dark deal with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be 7. So we go down to 6 cards. We have 1, 2 of our 8 rituals already used. We will potentially draw some more. So let's do that. We're going to get mana, which is exactly what we wanted. So let's see. Can we win from here? I'm thinking we can. So we ritual, we go up to 4, or we go up to 3 and 4. We can pass in flames for 5, or yeah, for 5. Leaving us with a red and a black. Or no red, I guess. I misclicked there. So we will go up some red. We will go up some more red. We will cast a Manamorphose, adding 2 black. Play a second Waste Knot, using the second black as well. Burning Inquiry. I guess we can always yield to these. So we're going to be drawing several cards. Okay, so we got some Simian Spirit Guides, which is nice. Red and black. Okay, never mind. Red. We're at 17 storms, so it's not an issue of storm count. Faithless looting would be fine to do just like so. Discard and discard. How many cards have they discarded so far? So it started here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and we have 19, so we can dream salvage them. And yeah, okay, so I counted correctly. And we grape shot them. Alright. That was a pretty good showing of this deck. This deck is really cool. It doesn't always go off like this, but we just got a turn 3 win, I believe. With a janky storm deck. So, let me know if you think there's anything that I do wrong with this while playing it, or if you think that there's another deck that I would like because of this deck, or if you think that there's a deck that you guys would like me to show. I'm always willing to play a new deck, and I'm always willing to try a different thing. Like my main format is Modern or EDH, so if you want me to play a Legacy or a Standard deck, just let me know. I do plan to play a little bit of Legacy as well on this channel. I'm not quite as interested in Standard, but I'm definitely willing to play it. As long as I'm playing Magic, I'm having a good time, so let me know what you guys think of this video. I don't think that we can keep this, so I'm just going to straight up mulligan. We have too much mana and not enough stuff to do with it. This one, kind of the same deal. So let's mull to 5. That's a lot better. I mean, we have a locket, we have a waist knot. Hopefully we can top something. Oh no, I clicked the wrong card. This is basically the same hand, so I guess whatever, drop bottom that. So that was a misclick. We wanted to keep the last hand, definitely. Hopefully we can find a land for this waste knot. They're playing humans. That's really cool. Pyroclasm is going to come in handy in this matchup. Hey, there's another land. Let's lock it. Pass turn. We're going to get a lot of zombies off of this dark deal, I think. Assuming that we get to cast it. I mean, they could have freebooter here. Among other things. Unless they're playing... Okay, mono hierarchs. Hit us for 2. We're going to go to 18. And, okay, another waste knot's not actually bad. It's not the end of the world. It's not great. We'd rather have red mana source or just another mana source. Ancient Ziggurat. So they have 4 mana available. Maybe they're going to hold up a company. Nope. They're going to lieutenant, play some other stuff. Play a Phantasmal Image. Yep. Okay, so they have a pretty swole board. They only have 3 cards in hand, so we're not going to get that many zombies or mana or anything. I think it's okay for us to still... Yeah, I think this is the best time for us to do this. Let's dark deal here. Tap all of our mana. Okay, so it's all creatures. Always yield, get us some tokens, and pass the turn. Hopefully we can draw something after this. This looks pretty difficult at the moment. I'm glad that we got rid of some Reflector Mages and some Mantis Riders, though, so can't say too much. The aggro matchups are definitely the hardest ones for this deck. Control is usually pretty decent. Probably drew into a company, so... Oh, and it's a 5/5. Think we can just take the 5 here. We could chump, but I think we're just going to take the 5. Spirit Guide is not good. Another Dark Deal would not be terrible. I mean, it would only get rid of 2 cards from their hand, but... And they have company. Resto. You gonna target this one? Because that's the one you should target. Yeah, they're gonna do the right thing. Okay. I didn't think I'd see Resto in humans. So I definitely don't think that we're going to be doing a huge amount here. They just kind of have the nuts with double Hierarch and double Thalia's Lieutenant. Triple Thalia's Lieutenant. And we just accidentally mulliganed an extra card. And so I don't think that we're going to be able to win this one. Yeah. We're just 4/8. Yeah, we're just going to be dead. There's no way we can go off, and we definitely need to shut them out. So I think Blood Moons are pretty important here. I think we cut the locket. Pyromancer's Ascensions are not great against them. Pyromancer's Ascension is usually like the easiest thing to take out for me. I'm not usually impressed with it. There's times that it's like really good, but I don't think that it's as powerful as it used to be. Um, or as I used to think that it was. I think I'm gonna bring in this Liliana's Caress to kind of hopefully kill them a little bit. The Pyroclasms are nice. Hmm. Yeah, maybe we bring in some Pyroclasms instead of other things. Cut couple or cut Reforge the Soul and try it like that. So like we're not going to be drawing a lot of cards off of our Waste Knot this time. This is a pretty good hand actually, so we'll keep it. But like I was saying, we're not going to draw a lot of cards off of the Waste Knot, which is a little sad. We like to draw cards over getting creatures, but creatures are fine too. We don't really have that much interaction with this deck other than the Pyroclasms. Aether Vial. That's gonna make our Blood Moons bad. Let's go ahead and Waste Knot. I think next turn we can just Dark Deal and go ahead and get some extra cards. Or get some zombies. If we get enough zombies right away, we can just kind of swing in real fast and wreck them. That'll put them to 5 cards as of now, probably 4 cards, because they're probably playing a 2-drop here. They might have a 1-drop as well for their Aether Vial. Okay, so they do definitely have a 1-drop. Might be a knight or a champion. That's what I meant. For some reason, I was thinking of Knight of the Reliquary. Meddling Mage. Okay, what do you choose? Dark Deal. Okay. So we can't Dark Deal, which means that we're just going to Pyroclasm this upcoming turn. And we're drawing a lot of lands. I don't think there's a reason to hold it, because the champion's just going to get bigger and worse. So getting rid of that right now is pretty detrimental to us. Plus we get to get rid of the Meddling Mage, which is shutting off one of our cards. Sin Collector. Oh, we exile that card. I'm going to get rid of one of our Dark Deals. Shame on you, opponent. The card is so cool. I love wheeling. Just as long as you don't have another Meddling Mage, we should be fine. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a Blood Crypt tapped. And move to our turn. That's fine, we don't really want to have those. Do you have a Meddling Mage that you just didn't want to play? Okay. That's pretty obnoxious. Well, we're just going to pass the turn. Can't really do anything with no spells. And they just kind of have the nuts too. I mean, humans usually is just a solid deck. It's not. It's pretty hard not to be able to win with it. Meddling Mage on Pyroclasm probably. So it's kind of a tilt. Uncounterable Noble Hierarch. They have one card in hand. Burning Inquiry would be pretty good here, I think. Hopefully get rid of some of our excess cards. Dream Salvage does literally nothing. Okay, so this is kind of the other side of the deck. I mean, we're only playing 16 lands, and we've seen 7 of them. So this is not great. We are in turn 5. We have literally drawn only lands. And a Dream Salvage. And they're about to hit us for 6, if not more. Could have a Lieutenant in the weights. I guess we play a Blood Crypt tapped and pass. They could not kill us this turn. And if not, then we can potentially draw something decent. Although I doubt that that's going to happen. Aether Vial is not a good draw. Are we still alive? Cool. We get to live one more turn. Maybe go off at 1 life or at 3 life. Let's hope for the best. And we can't cast it. So, oh what? Dave Resto. Okay. What do you target? Let's just concede here. We can't do anything. That was not a great match. Not a good showing of the deck. Let's see what we can do next round though. I'm hoping we can do a little bit better. Obviously, I mean, we just kind of got stomped by humans there. Seems like a bad matchup. All right, we found an opponent. Let's go. We get to be on the play. This is fine. We have 3 lands, an Ascension, and a Waste Knot. That's not bad. And a Dark Deal. Oh, yeah. We definitely keep that. Blood Crypt tapped into Waste Knot, into Pyromancer's Ascension, into Dark Deal. Okay. Feign the no-lander for a second. No. Okay. They're playing white something or other. Last time I played this deck, I played against Martyr Proc like 3 times, and it was the most obnoxious thing. I won all 3 games, but it was still so obnoxious. The other argument, depending on what they're playing, is we could just Dark Deal next turn. And I think that'd be fine too. Draw a bunch of new cards, probably get a bunch of zombies because they're playing white, and white usually has zombies. And just kind of see what we can do from here. Green, white. So they probably have creatures. I expect them to be a creature deck. Luminarch Ascension. Very interesting. So we're playing our own Ascensions. Yeah, I think we're just gonna Dark Deal here, honestly. We draw 4 new cards. And we could probably draw more than 4 cards. Pyromancer's Ascension is fine, but like, I don't think it's better than. We need to start putting in some damage. For one thing. Okay, non-land cards. We got 1 zombie, which is nice. 2 lands. What is that? I don't want to. Oh, they're playing an Enchantress deck. Interesting. Oh, whoops. I guess we can always yield. Always yield. Oh wow, we get 3 more of these, or we get 3 of these. So if we can draw something off this Faithless Looting, I think we will get there pretty easy. They're playing an Enchantress style deck. Hopefully they don't have main board ley lines that they can cast. This is an interesting deck. Utopia Sprawl. Targeting forest. They choose white. This one has that 4. Yeah, 4 of them. Okay, so they have 2 manas. Let's start off with the Faithless Looting. Well, that makes our choice pretty easy. Play a land. Flashback the looting. Discard land, discard Spirit Guide. Move to combat. Swing. So I think it's better, especially since we're already at 4 lands, to keep this Waste Knot. I mean, if we have all 4 in play, then it's probably going to be pretty absurd. They have a lot of mana, though. They have 5, and so they can probably play a Sphere of Safety or a couple of Ghostly Prisons. We might not be able to attack after this. Okay, we can attack after this right now, but they're just going to gain life. But we can potentially go off next turn. I don't think this Waste Knot's necessarily like important for us, but it's still like decent. Yeah, I think we're just gonna Burning Inquiry. Having the mana is really nice, but I think we can get mana off of them. And if they discard 1 land, we get 6 different trigger, or we get 3 different triggers of 2 mana. And that's 6 mana, so they discarded only land cards. Well, I wish we knew something that we can do with that. We discarded a Dream Salvage, the Waste Knot, and well, let's go ahead and add some red. Hopefully we can draw something. Manamorphose. Another Burning Inquiry is fine. Okay. We get to draw 3 cards, make 3 zombies, make a lot more mana. Potentially win this turn. We got to Reforge the Soul, which we can cast. Okay. Oh, this one I need to yield to. So we get to hardcast this Reforge the Soul, which means that they're going to discard 2 more cards. And then we get to, I mean, we can cast this now. Yeah. Seems decent. Okay. So we have all the mana that we could ever want. Cast and Splice. Add a bunch of mana. This should give us 6 mana. Cast that. Cast this. We're at 8 storm. Discard, discard. Faithless Looting. Discard, discard. Lock it. I guess we can play. There's no reason we shouldn't. Go red, red. Burning Inquiry. We're at 12. We have 17 mana. Let's go ahead and Grape Shot them. Okay. Click this a whole lot of times. And hopefully we can find a Pass in Flames. Is Pass in Flames already in here? It's not. Okay. I don't want to misclick and exit this, exit the main phase where we have all of our mana. And now we can reforge. Potentially draw like 6 cards. Yep, drawing a lot of cards. There's Pass in Flames. Hopefully they just scoop so we don't have to, waste more time. Okay, there we go. Awesome. That was pretty sick. So they're playing an Enchantress style deck. I don't think that any of our sideboard cards are that great. Maybe Liliana's Caress over, honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe some Spirit Guides. Feels like this could be a longer matchup, so Spirit Guide doesn't matter quite as much, I think. And Liliana's Caress just kind of lets us win faster. I think I'm considering throwing Liliana's Caress in main board. Every time I've played it in the past, it's been pretty absurd. I mean, it's just Burning Inquiry deals 6 damage, and that's pretty good. That's just one example of the fun we have when we play that. And they probably have more stuff to sideboard in against us. Graveyard hate is definitely a thing. And we're I think that's okay. Like, this deck doesn't rely quite as much on the graveyard as the other Storm lists do. And even if it did, we'd have more sideboard stuff against it, but we don't really have anything. So, I guess a Shatter effect would be pretty good, but we don't really need it. Most of the time, the list that I used to run before Dark Deal was a thing had Inquisitions and stuff like that. But I played this a long time ago without Dark Deal being in the format. That's really the only new addition, and it's pretty busted, I think. So we do have a Faithless Looting and I think we can mulligan this and be safe. We need a payoff, and at the moment we really don't have anything that's going to pay off at all. This is pretty much the same hand. I think we'll keep it because we can scry and we're on the draw. And yes, we will put that on top. Okay. Our opponent's budget deck versus our 200 tick deck. When I played it, it was like significantly cheaper than it is now, but that is a-okay. That's because when I previously played this deck, I didn't have quite as many. I didn't have any fetch lands or shock lands. It was Dragon Skull Summits and basics. Gotta tell you, it's a lot better with fetch lands and shock lands. Okay. I do like the lanes that they have, though. No reason to try to go off yet. Mostly because we can't. If we can find Ascension or I guess Ghostly Prison is going to be a nuisance if we wanted to try to go the zombie attacking route. I guess we can Ritual and Faithless Looting. It's not too bad. I think that's what we're going to do because... Oh no, wrong one. Cancel. Do this one. Yeah, let's just Faithless Looting. We're not drawing too well. That's pretty good. I think Past in Flames and Dream Salvage can go to the yard and play that. And pass. Past in Flames, of course, has flashback, so we don't really need to worry about it as much as we need these other cards that don't have flashback. And Liliana's Caress is really good. So let's play that. And then we can loot just real fast. Dark Deal is pretty good. I guess we can get rid of this and this. It doesn't really matter because I think next turn we're just going to Dark Deal for a few damage, depending on what they play. Okay. They have Shroud. I guess it's a good thing we discarded the Dream Salvage. This one, however, is going to be pretty good card. Grape Shot we don't really care about anymore. I think the Dark Deal is what we're going to be doing. We're going to draw 2 cards off of it. Burning Inquiry is pretty good. That's going to be 6 more life off of their total. Depending on what they play, they have Open the Vaults. Ooh, that's crazy. That can benefit us, I guess. Not as much as it benefits them, but Periphery Nodes doesn't do anything against us. Should have been a sideboard out. Sphere of Safety is pretty good, but it's not going to do anything against us. They have Double Shroud. So if we can Burning Inquiry into land with Burning Inquiry, that'd be pretty sweet. So get rid of this. Keep a... Okay, Dream Salvage doesn't do anything. Unfortunately. But they only have 6 life left, and they're not really doing anything yet, so... They discarded Eidolon, they drew a land and played it. Fertile Ground, so they have a lot of mana. They can play anything in their deck, I'm sure. Another caress is fine. I guess we could have looting there. Or looted. Okay. So let's see what they've got. They drew something. Rule of law. One spell each turn. That is fine. Right now we're only trying to cast one spell each turn. Because you blocked our storm outlet with having double shroud. Okay, let's just loot. Burning Inquiry is what we want to keep, so let's do this. And pass. Unless they have a random discard spell, I think we can win here. I'm a-thinking. Rule of law, ×2. So I'm glad that we brought in the Liliana's Caresses, because otherwise we were not winning this game at all. Burning Inquiry, deal you 6. Well, 12. And we're up to 2-1. Let's see if we can get the 4-1 going. Okay. They were just commenting on our deck here, saying it looks really cool, which makes me happy because it's it's not a very well seen deck, and it's really fun to play. I don't know why more people don't know about it and don't play it, but it's extremely fun. If you have the stuff for Storm and Black Red lands, the rest of the deck is only like $10. So I definitely recommend playing this deck. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty wacky, and it's really fun to play at your FNMs. And sometimes it's just really good. Against humans, apparently, it's awful, but that's okay. Remind me later. Join our match. That was awkward. We got updates pending. So this is kind of a tempting thing that we can't keep at all. So let's mulligan that. This is a lot better, and I think we'll keep that. Scry doesn't matter. We're gonna fetch on their end step, I think. We just want to find a land, so I guess maybe we can wait until our draw step. They're gonna shock. Play a Llanowar Elves. Are we against green-white elves? Yeah, I think we can just... We're comfortable on 2 mana. Shock, yes. Waste not. We'll definitely be fine. I think we're against green-white elves. Unless they're just playing a budgety version of a different deck, using Llanowar Elves over, like, Noble Hierarch. Okay. Hopefully we can draw a land here. And... Okay. Devoted Druid Elves. I don't know how we interact against them, or with them. So let's Faithful Suiting. I guess we're on the hope they don't have it plan. Because if they do, then we probably are just done. Do you have the Vizier? Since we're playing a deck with like so little interaction, this is a pretty difficult one uh to play against. Rex Sage, you're ruining our fun. Sure. That's kind of rude. They're kind of rude people, aren't they? Okay, so they're playing a mana ramp deck, maybe? Main board Rex Sages is not fun times. Okay, opponent, what do you got? You can definitely cast Company now. I recommend you do not, because that will make me sad. But you can definitely play it. Oh, they're gonna make me sad, aren't they? No, they're gonna play it. Okay, so yeah, it's collected elves then. Why Boreal over Elvish Mystic? I do not know. Okay, I don't think we can win from this spot. Elves is also like basically any go wide decks are bad matchups for us. Um, just does not work out for us. So I'm going to concede because there's no way that we can win from this spot. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage on board. That's 2-turn clock. We were not going to win that one. Do this. Get rid of ascensions. Try it like that. We get to be on the play. Hopefully we can keep a 7. Maybe one with a turn 1 waste knot and a turn 2 dark deal or something. This is, I think it's a keep because we have the pyroclasm. It's a bad hand otherwise, but I guess we can pyroclasm turn 2, turn 3 we can dark deal and hope for more. Razorverge Thicket, play an Elvish Mystic. I guess we obviously don't pyroclasm right now. Pyretic Ritual. It's not bad. See what kind of stuff they play. Llanowar Elves. Is that it? Okay. So we're gonna continue doing nothing for the time being. I don't think it's worth it to just get rid of those two. Although now they can company into double Archdruid and then we'll lose. They have Pendelhaven. That'll save 1 creature. Okay, we got a Waste Knot, which means that we can play a Waste Knot. Hopefully they don't have the Rex Sage. They're not drawing very well right now. I'm really hoping they don't have Rex Sage. They probably have company right now. Yep. Okay, Archdruid and Dwyn and Zilly are not the worst. Hopefully the Elite, or hopefully the Archdruid does not get to make another thing. They are making a lot of mana, so I'm scared. Rex Sage does not mean that we are done. It's unfortunate, but it does not mean we are done. That means that we are done. We cannot win from there. Yeah, let's just concede and move on to the next game, and hopefully we can win this last one. Having main board hate against our enchantments is real obnoxious, and you should never do that, because that makes me sad. I think enchantment is like one of my favorite card types because they always have like an interesting thing that they do. Boggles is not the deck for me though, so don't even suggest it. I like the deck. I just could never play it at like a GP or something like that. I like more fun decks that have interaction. Yes, we will be on the play. Four-lander is a little bit heavy, so I think we're gonna mulligan. Probably into a no-lander. Pretty much the same hand, but with less lands. So let's, I guess, keep it bottom. Hope we can draw something. Specifically, hope we can draw either a Faithless Looting or a Waste Not. Search for Tomorrow. This actually is not as bad of a matchup as you might think it would be. Um, Dark Deal, we can. If we do that, we go down to 2 cards. I think we wait. We could, like, play it right now, but I don't think there's especially a reason to. Okay, so they're playing the version with blue in it. Maybe they're not playing Scape Shift. Maybe they're playing some weird deck that I've never seen before. Yeah, I think we're just gonna exile this, go down to 3 cards, put them down to 5. There's this. Now we can pass. Suspend is gone. We get to see they're playing the 3 or 4 color version of, looks like 3 color version of Scape Shift. We did get rid of a Valakut, which is really nice and is a charm. Along with a couple counter spells. Hopefully we can continue to get rid of stuff. Sack Tribe Elder. It's pretty decent. They did hit a land. They are gonna shock it. We can do that. No. Okay. The unfortunate thing with playing like Dark Deal and stuff like that is that we can actually help them into their combos. Let's try this. See if it resolves. If it does, then that's pretty sweeto. This could be another deck with main board Rex Sages, which would make me cry. Now let's try for a Burning Inquiry. They're gonna remand? Okay, that's fine. I just kind of wanted to get the remand out of their hand. They don't have enough to Scape Shift yet, so not too worried. Hopefully they don't have prime time too. Although they could always like Cryptic us, counterbounce something. Let's try for this Burning Inquiry again. Get to draw a card, and what was the card that they discarded? Remand. That is fine. Let's always yield. Always yield. Draw an extra card. We can Faithless Looting now. See if we can't draw something. Well, thinking that these are the things that we have to get rid of because they're not great. Hoping to hit a Dark Deal there. Did not happen. And now they probably just win. So at 7 they can do 18 damage. 7 lands, they can do 18 damage. Flooded Grove. Okay. Probably Cryptic for something. No. Do they just have lands? Because that'd be okay for me. Until they draw Escape Shift. They drew another land, or they played another land at least. Okay, 4 mana, bounce draw. Primetime. They're tapping 7 mana. Makes me think that they have Escape Shift. If they have Escape Shift, we're probably dead. Unless they miss their triggers or grab... I guess if they grab double, then we definitely are dead. Okay. Yep. Concede. Move to the next game. Blood Moon is a card that we want against them. Board one of those, board one of those, board one of those. And let's try it like that. So if you've never played against Escape Shift before, I don't know if you've ever played Modern, but basically it's a deck with like 26, 28 lands that you're fetching for your lands with stuff like Sakura Tribe Elder and Search for Tomorrow, and use the land Valakut to deal 3 damage for each mountain that enters the battlefield after you play your 6th, I believe. Oh yeah, this is very keepable. We have a Blood Moon, we have Faithless Lootings. So, with Escape Shift, the card, you get to search for X amount of lands where X is the amount that you sacrifice. So if you sacrifice a whole lot, you can basically just, deal 18 to 36 damage in one spell. Okay, so I think we're just going to turn to this Blood Moon. Kind of shut off their shenanigans. Ritual into the Blood Moon. We don't really have anything else going on after this, but we have Faithless Looting, which I think is fine. The thing with playing the 3-color version is that you have less basic forests. I mean, usually it runs 2 forests, a couple basic mountains and stuff like that. So not being able to play those is pretty huge. Let's faithlessly loot. Get rid of one of each. Pass the turn. We draw an Inquiry here. We can do stuff. Next turn. Oh, they have forest. Sad. Didn't have anything to do with it though. Waste not as well. Well, let's just waste not. In the next turn, we're probably just going to waste not, shockingly. Wow, we just had a lot. That's pretty gross. They're going to gain 4 and do stuff. I guess it's not as bad as if we force them to discard it, but waste not, play a mountain, pass the turn. Hopefully we can draw something really good in the next few turns. Wow, double Bailoff. That is not good news for us. That puts us on a 2-turn clock after this one. Swamp does not do it. We're going to have to pass the turn here. Hopefully draw like an inquiry or off the top maybe a do you have another? Okay, you have a search. Get remand mana? That's not good. So they have remand / spell pierce mana. I guess we can attempt to cast this. Red does not matter right now. Red. Red and red. Bloodstained Mire does nothing, and we are dead. So obviously this deck is not perfect, but if you like the deck, let me know. And if you think that you might want to try to play it, or you have any advice for how I can play it better, or what I can put in to make it better, let me know. I'm always open for suggestions. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you have any ideas for the next one. Let me know if you have any concerns with how I play, or really anything that you really want to tell me. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.